Hello everyone, and welcome to Teresa's Spot for Art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. Welcome to the first of the month YouTube collab, Christmas in July. Thank you to our hosts, Rustic Lace DIY and Krista's Crafty Life. My sample here to show you guys, a Sharpie. I've painted my stick, but you don't have to. You can leave your stick wood if you want. It's totally up to you. I have a piece of pipe cleaner, and then I have some green foam board, but you can use felt, you can use construction paper, whatever you want. Okay, it's very simple. So we will get started here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to cut two little tiny triangles for the ears. I'm going to trace them on, and then when I go to glue them, I'm going to use the back because I don't want to see my pencil marks. So I'm just going to flip them over. So there's one and there's two. So we have our two little ears. I'm going to put a little glue here, a little glue here. And put one ear. Don't forget, you want your pencil marks to go to the back. And then the other here. Now how simple is that? Now we already have our cat's little ears. You could use any color you want. You can use felt, you can use construction paper, whatever you want to do. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little pipe cleaner. This is about 4 inches long, and I'm going to wrap it around this pencil. Okay. I'm going to wrap it as tight as you can, all the way, and then we're going to slide it off and give it a little tug. That's how we make our cat's tail a little curly. Come down here, I'm going to put a little piece of glue and put my pipe cleaner in there, just like that. And so now we have our cat's tail and the ears. Isn't that cute? So I'm just going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to draw two little eyes, a triangle cat nose, and then some buttons. Why not, right? It's Christmas. Your cat can have cute little buttons. Like I said, if you have beads, you can use beads. Totally up to you. Okay? Then I'm going to take my foam, and this one I used felt. I'm going to cut out two little holly leaves. And again, when we go to glue this on, we just will put the pencil mark side to the back. This does not have to be perfect. As long as you have the rough shape of a holly leaf where the leaves sweep in and come to a point, you're good. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. I have other ornament tutorials, including ones that are hand painted. Then I have a popsicle sled, and I have another ornament that's made with the spoon that is snowshoes. Okay. Little dab of glue, put in my foam, another little dab of glue, put in my leaf there. And then I do have these two little red beads that I'm going to use for the holly berries. I don't want to see the hole though. I'm going to turn them a little bit so you don't see the hole and put them in there for the berries. And there you go. There is our cute little, oh wait, needs a hanger. Needs a hanger. So I just happen to have this twine here. I'm going to use it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put a knot in the bottom. Putting a knot in the bottom gives it a little bit more grab, but that's not long enough, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get a piece of twine. I am still going to put the ends together and put a knot in the bottom. That helps the glue grab. Oh, knot came out. Nice and snug. Okay. Put a dollop of glue back here. Put our knot right in the glue. I didn't want to burn my finger, now I made a mess. Okay. Wait for it to dry. And there you go. How cute is that? Projects. I have a tutorial to make ornaments out of popsicle sticks. So let's get started. I have at my samples. These are both the same. This one I painted first and added a little glitter to. This one I just glued together and used markers. You can use any kind of markers you have. Sharpies always work the best. I have quite a collection here. I have pre-painted these to get started with, but if you didn't want to paint yours, you can just embellish your ornament with a little bit of marker if you want. They are both made the same way. This one uses yarn, this one has twine. So let me put those aside. I have 8 popsicle sticks. I already cut this one because I wanted to see if I could use scissors. I couldn't use my scissors to cut the popsicle sticks. Maybe your scissors will work. So I went into my toolbox and I got these wire clipper things. So we need 4 whole ones. We need this one for the top. And then we need 2 cut about, I don't know, 3 inches long. So I'm going to cut off the ends of 2 of these. I'm going to grab my snippers. I'm going to come down here. And you know what? It doesn't really matter how long they are. The thing you want to be concerned about is when you go to cut the second one, that they are the same length. So I'm just going to use the first one to measure the second one and put a little line here. Okay? And then I'm going to cut this one. If you cut it right in half, you could use the same one for both sides, but then I think that is a little too short. So let me put those aside and let me lay out what we have here so far. So we're going to have our 2 in the middle. Then we're going to have our 2 here for the sides, okay? And then one of ours we want to cut into 3 pieces. So we want the one piece to be short, less than the width of 2 sticks. So we want that one to be short because this is what we're going to use to glue it in the back. You can put it on a little angle if you want to, but you want to make sure it fits less than 2 sticks width. And then we're going to do this one. So I'm just going to cut it and mark it. And we need 2 more pieces this length. So let me grab that. 1. Measure this again. Mark it. And 2. Okay, and we don't need little piece. That'll go aside. So now we have our 4 for the top. We have our piece that's going to go on the top here. That's going to be the steerer. These are what's going to glue on the back, and then these are going to be our runners. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the sides of these that I like the best. They're fine. Okay, I'm going to lay these out. You want your end ones to go opposite directions. So you want them both to be in an angle like that. You want the ones in the middle to be even, and then you want these here. Okay, I'm going to grab my glue gun. I'm going to take the little tiny piece. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to it. I'm going to place it up here to glue these 2 together. We don't want to see it from the top, so you might have to curve it a little bit. So, okay, now these are glued together. Then you want to line these up. I'm going to do the same thing with these pieces. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. And then I'm going to make sure this is all even. Glue those together. And then I'm going to make this second brace here. And glue that together. Flip it over. Okay. Now we have the top of our sled done. Just like that. I'm going to wait for this to dry. I'm going to put this one up here so we can steer. I'm going to put the glue here so I don't have excess glue everywhere. If I put it on here, I might not line it up the right way. So there we go. We have that. Okay. Then I need a little piece of twine to hang it. If you want, you can take and put a little knot at the end of your twine, help the glue stay a little bit, has more to adhere to. I'm going to put a little dot of glue here and put my twine knot. Then I'm going to put a little dot of glue here and put my other twine knot. Okay, so now we have our hanger and the top of our sled done. And then the last thing we want to do is take our glue and run it right down the edge of one of our sticks. And then we're going to line it up. You need to hold it a little bit, make sure it's dry, so it's in place. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab our other stick, run a little bit of glue right down the edge here, line it up, hold it in place just till it dries. And there we go. How easy was that? You can take a little glitter if you want. This was fake snow glitter. Like I said, if you don't want to paint yours, you can do it with markers. And here you go. 8 popsicle sticks, a little glue, some paint, markers maybe, and you have these really cute sled ornaments. So welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and we will get started. I'm going to show you how to make these really cute snowshoes. They are made out of popsicle, not sticks, popsicle spoons, wooden spoons for ice cream. Just need a couple of spoons, some toothpicks, buttons, pipe cleaners, and you're ready to go. So let me turn you guys around. I have out all my supplies. 2 pipe cleaners, although I may only need 1, some string or some twine for hanging, and the bow, my samples for you to see. Now I've painted these 2 wooden spoons already, but you can use yours plain. As you can see, these were plain to begin with, and then you can either grab a paint pen or a Sharpie. Let me grab a Sharpie, or paint and put some crisscross lines on here. There we go. Whatever you prefer. You want to do it with paint, you want to do it with a Sharpie, it's up to you. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to do some parallel, diagonal lines going down both of these, what's going to be a snowshoe. Okay, that's 1. They don't have to be perfect. You're going to cover up quite a bit of it with the pipe cleaner anyway. There we go. Okay, so I have my lines, I crisscross, and I'm done. Like I said, you can do that with a paint pen, a Sharpie, or paint with a brush. It's up to you. Now I'm going to grab one of my pipe cleaners and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a measure here, just to see how long I need it, and then I'm going to cut it. Pipe cleaners are easy enough to cut with your scissors, and then I think this one, yeah, that one's too short. So we need 2 of these, so I'm just going to use this one and measure out 2. Okay, and put this aside. All right, then I'm going to take my hot glue. If you need something to protect yourself, you know we always burn ourselves with the hot glue. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do one side at a time because you know hot glue dries so quick. I'm going to do that one side. I'm going to lay down my pipe cleaner. I'm going to give it a little curve down here at the bottom. Now I'm going to glue the other side. Little bead of glue all the way up to the top, and then again I'm just going to lay my pipe cleaner in my glue. So that is our first snowshoe. I'm going to do the other one the same exact way. Glue on one side, grab my pipe cleaner, line it up. These are great little crafts. I have one where I've done a sled, I have another one doing a cat, and another one where I do a pair of skis. Those are really cool. They take a little bit more supplies, but they're still fairly simple. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do, and you can find them there. Popsicle stick ornaments for the holidays for you to make with your kids, your grandkids, or yourself. Just feel like hanging out and doing a simple little craft, grab some popsicle sticks. And put a little bit more glue in there. Okay, so there I have both my shoes. Now I want to glue them together so you can see them both. Glue. I'm just going to put a dab of glue on this one and put them together on a diagonal. Okay? Get my scissors out the way. Okay. Now I'm going to get my 2 toothpicks and my buttons. I'm going to put a dab of glue on one button, and I'm going to put my toothpick in it. This glue is very stringy. So see what I did there? I just put my toothpick through one of the holes on the button, and I'll leave it to dry. I'll do the same thing with this other button. These are small buttons. I'm just going to put a dab of glue, put my toothpick in, get rid of my strings, and let it dry. So now we have our poles and our snowshoes. I'm going to take my poles, I'm going to glue them on here on top, and I want these to crisscross as well. So I did one, and now I'm doing the other. This has got to be like the stringiest hot glue I've ever seen. Okay? So we have our shoes, and then we have our poles. Now you can take a bit of twine, you can take a very small ribbon like I have here, you can take bakery string, whatever you want to do. I'm going to use my bakery string. And when I use my bakery string, I like to double it up to begin with. Okay, then I'm going to make a loop and a loop. I'm going to tie these 2 loops together, and now I have a bow, but my bow is way too big. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to make it much smaller. Okay, cut off strings, put a little dab of glue here, and put my bow. Again, you can use twine for this, you can use ribbon for this, whatever you like. And then I'm going to cut a little bit of my twine here. I'm going to tie a knot in it so it gives the glue a nice place to grab onto. Just going to pull both through the here. Turn these over, put a dollop of glue, put my knot in it, let it dry, give it 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, and then voila. That is it. How simple was that? A few little tricks. I have this really cool tutorial on making these skis, this ski popsicle stick ornament for you guys. So let's turn it around and let's get started. Okay, I have got my sample. You need 2 popsicle sticks, 2 emery boards. If you don't have emery boards, that's fine. You can use 2 other popsicle sticks and paint them and use them the way we're going to use the emery boards. It's up to you. Then you need 2 small beads, 2 small buttons, and then some string or twine or ribbon of your choice. Okay? Glue gun and scissors. And I will show you how simple this is, but how cute. The first thing I'm going to do is make my poles, ski poles. So I'm going to take one of my buttons. I'm going to put a nice dollop of glue on there. And then I'm going to stick the toothpick right in there in the hole. We want it to stick out on the end because it's supposed to be a ski pole. Okay. Then I'm going to put a dollop of glue on the other end. And without burning myself, I hope, I'm going to stick one of these beads on there. Okay? And there is one ski pole. Now I'm going to do the other thing with the other toothpick and button and bead. So I'm going to put a dollop of glue on here. I'm going to make sure you get it in the hole so then when you stick your toothpick in, it has something to hold on to. Again, we want it to come out the back a little bit, the bottom. Okay. Then another dollop of glue on the top part. And then without burning myself, I'm going to stick this bead on. Where's the hole? Okay. And there we have our second ski pole. So we have our 2 ski poles done. Okay. Then I'm going to take my 2 popsicle sticks. And again, like I said, if you don't have emery boards, nail files, whatever you call them, you can use 2 other popsicle sticks and layer them the way I'm going to. But I have them, so I'm going to use them. I'm just going to put a piece of glue there. And I'm going to glue one on. Line it up nice and straight. Then I'm going to put some glue here. And place this other one on. Nice and straight. Okay. Then we want our skis to crisscross. So I'm going to put a dollop of glue on one of them. Grab the other one and place it where I want it. Get rid of these little hot glue gun strings. So now we have both our skis. We've glued them together in a crisscross, and we have both of our ski poles. Don't forget, you can just hit pause if you need to. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do. I have several other popsicle stick and wooden stick ornaments that you can do with your children, your grandchildren, yourself. These make cute little tags to go on gifts, or you can even just put these on your own tree, or if you have a special handmade tree, you can do this as well. Now I'm going to take my poles and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little piece of glue and do one ski pole, another little bit of glue, and do my second ski pole. Make sure your button parts are going down and the little beads are going up. Okay. This one was having a little time sticking, okay, because it's a little uneven, but I got it. Then you can put a bow on the front. You can use, if you have a little ribbon, bakery twine. I have this fun string with the gold in it. I think I'm going to use this for my ribbon, for my bow. I'm just going to cut off a little piece. I'm really bow challenged, you guys, but when I do these little bows, they're so cute. I just make one loop on one side, then I make another loop on the other side, and I tie these 2 loops together. I'm gonna get my little nail in there and pull. My gold got in the way. Let me try that again. 1 loop, 2 loop, and tie them together. There we go. All right, then I'm just gonna fix it a little bit, makes it the right size that I want. Cut the little string if it's too long. There we go, got this cute little bow right here. I'm gonna put a dollop of glue and stick my bow on. And then last but not least, I can use this same string, I can use the bakery twine, or I can use regular twine. Cut a piece of this regular twine. I like to put a knot on the end of each of my ends of my twine, so it gives the glue something meatier to grab into. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put a dot of glue and do one knot. I'm going to come down here, I'm going to put another dot of glue. I'm going to put my second knot. And there we go. Get all these glue strings out of here. And we have that really cute skis popsicle stick ornament. Isn't that cute? Here is my other sample, and here's the one I just made you guys. Isn't that really cute? If you're not following my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thanks, and I'll see you again.